Hi, everybody. We made it through our first week of distance learning. Great job. It was awesome to see all of your faces on Zoom, kiddos. And I'm excited for this next week because we have a couple of things that I think you're really going to like that I have set up for you in your digital learning. So I'm going to do a quick tutorial here for you of what's to come in week 2 and a couple of announcements for you and your parents as we go through our second week here. I'm finally starting to get a grip on this and some things to tell you along the way. So, my first thing is that I want to thank all of you who filled out the survey I emailed you. It's helpful to help me guide through this next week. I'm not on your end of it, so thank you, parents, for doing that. With that being said, when you go into the distance learning folder, you are going to find that there is a new week there. So this was this past week, and our next week is week 2, April 6th through 10th. We do not have school on Friday. So you do not have any assignments that you will need to do on Friday. We were supposed to have that off, and we still do. So kids, you only have 4 days of assignments to do this week. And 4 days that I will be on Zoom at 9:30 again. That time seemed to work well for the best for the majority of you. So we're going to keep that time exactly where it's at. And it's a good time to connect either for some of you to start your day or some of you are partway through and you have some questions. So it gives us a good chance to connect mid-morning there. So first off, I am going to just open up Mondays to talk to you a little bit about Monday. The first thing you're going to notice is that there are a couple things where I added the word optional. Some of you were feeling kind of overwhelmed by all of the things on here. And as we're getting into a swing of it, I think that you'll get more comfortable. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to maybe do a little bit less if you're feeling like it's too much. So those optional things are optional unless your parents tell you that you have to do them. A lot of them are things that I think you're going to really like and that they're things that you're going to find as really fun. But they're not the things that are priorities for your learning and for what you need to learn for next year still. So, you'll see the word optional on here, and then you'll also see that at the bottom for writing and read to self each day, I put that it can be done every other day. So you could choose on Monday to do writing, but then not to do read to self. And then on Tuesday, you could choose not to do writing, and then you could choose to do read to self. So you could alternate reading to self and writing if you're feeling like this is too much work for you. It's hard for me to know where you're at when I'm not there with you and to help balance that with you. So if you need a little break in there, as long as your parents say it's okay, you could alternate writing one day and reading the other. I'm okay with that. Read to self, I mean. I also put specialists at the bottom because some of you were finding that you liked to do that last. So I just rearranged that order there for you. Again, specialists could happen. You could do it first thing in the morning if you'd rather. But let's talk about math for the week. For math this week, on Monday, we're going to review a little bit. Make sure that you have your math book when you come to the Zoom call because we are going to talk through the answers for the work you did for Friday's review to make sure you don't have any questions. And then on Tuesday, you are going to be taking your test. So you'll still do your best. You will still make sure that you are taking it the same way you would if you were in the classroom. And I'm sure that you'll all do great because from what I've heard, you are really enjoying fractions. So I'm excited to see how well you can do on that test. Then on Thursday and Friday, we're going to start our next chapter, which is also about fractions, but it's about comparing fractions. So I think you'll still like topic 13 for math, which is at the end of the week. Then let's see, what's next on here? Social studies. you'll see that you are going to start working on your famous person project, meaning your wax museum project. Now, boys and girls, we are not going to be doing our wax museum the same way that we would if we were at school. We are going to be doing our wax museum on Flipgrid. So you're still going to have your speech, and you are still going to come up with a way that you look like your famous person in a costume. So I'm going to walk you through those steps this week and not this week, this upcoming week and the week after that, in order to help you be prepared for your wax museum speech. So Monday, you're going to watch a video to know what the expectation is for your speech. Then you'll have 2 days to work on your speech. Then you'll start planning your costume. In the end, so that you and your parents know, when does my costume need to be done? When should I be ready to give my speech? On Flipgrid, which we'll talk about how to do that when the time comes, you need to have it ready to go on the 17th of April, which is not this upcoming Friday. It's the Friday after that. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You have 2 weeks from today for that wax museum speech to be done. Okay? Then the last thing I want to talk about for the week is literacy. For literacy, we are going to be starting a book called Judy Moody Was in a Mood. And what you're going to be doing is a little bit of vocabulary from the reading that you're working on. And then you're also going to be doing a little bit of like reading and comprehension. And then at the end of each week, you're going to get to choose some projects to work on. And I think you're really going to like those. The projects that you'll be doing have to do with the book and the chapter. You're going to love this. The book, I have the recording of, so it's really entertaining to listen to. And then you'll follow along with the reading as you are listening to it on your iPad. And the vocabulary, I want to show you this also. Once you get to Tuesday for vocabulary during literacy, you will be practicing your vocab using Spelling City. So if you don't have that already on your iPad as an app, if you go to self-service, you'll see it there. To log on to Spelling City, this is something you could do today to get you ready for next week. I put on Tuesday, and I'll say it here, the way to log in on Spelling City in the app is right here. You will use the username 29, and then I would use KN, which are my initials, and then either 01 or 02, depending on your numbers, you know them. And then the password for Spelling City is SPC. Now, if you log in ahead of time from next week, you probably won't see anything there. But starting next week, you will have, it'll show up as kind of like an assignment on there. And really, it's like a matching or a game or something about the words that we're working on. On Tuesday, you'll play one of those. And on Wednesday, you'll play 2 of them to practice. And then on Thursday, you'll take a little quiz about the vocabulary while you're listening to chapters about the book. On Thursday, the fun part for literacy. On Thursday, you are going to be choosing a project. So I have 3 different projects here, and you'll want to make sure that you read these directions. This will be published for you on Sunday again. All these folders will be. You will choose from each of these projects. Now, each of them shows up as a discussion because I wanted to leave a spot for you to post it. So the first one is design a shirt. You'll get to read through all of them, but I just want to talk you through one of them. It says she does all of these different things. I don't want to give it away by reading it all to you, but you are going to have a chance to design a t-shirt that shows what you did on your summer or your spring break. You can decide. Then you're going to post your drawing in this discussion for all of us to see. You're also going to write in the discussion about your experience and why you chose to make a shirt like that. So remember, for you, up at the top of your screen, it says discussion. You have to click that button to post yours. And then once you're in it, if you click on file, then you will be able to select a photo from on your device to upload. You'll upload that photo, and you'll also type in here something like, I did this over my summer vacation, and it was really fun, which is why I decided to make my shirt about it. So you can do it that way by down there. You can also insert content by clicking this right here. Nope, just kidding. You can't do that one. Take that back. You can do the part down here where you insert the file from on your device. Or maybe it says photo for you too, since it's your iPad. It might look a little different than my computer. But you will choose for Thursday, there are 3 projects and you will choose 2 of them. They're not projects that are going to take you super, super long, and you're not listening to a reading or anything. You're just going to make sure that you do those 2 projects. And for Thursday, you are also going to be taking a little quiz about the vocabulary from in those 2 sections. So just make sure that you follow through all of this in order, and then you won't miss anything important. I am excited to see all of you again on Monday in Zoom, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. Hopefully the snow melts soon. Goodbye.